Salve a tutti ragazzi, bentornati sul canale di Queltaleale. Eccoci qui di nuovo con Starfield. Riprendiamo vagamente dove ci siamo lasciati. Sì, noi siamo sempre un po' in giro. Dai, andiamo, va. Poi magari si torna. Ma non ci facciamo arrestare per un pacchetto di sigarette. Un medikit magari sì. Ah, rilevato. Che cazzo però. Vabbè, ce lo compriamo il medikit, dai, sono due spicci, due spicci. Anche perché qua ci dobbiamo tornare pure per la merce di contrabbando, signori. Che fai, gliela lasci? Quella va tenuta, va tenuta. Comunque ragazzi, qua vicino, noi siamo qui, a Porrima 2, c'era quell'altra missione che ci avevano dato, vi ricordate? Quella visita il paradiso, che è questo qua. Direi che ci possiamo andare. Ce l'aveva data la tipa nella zona dei Ranger, se vi ricordate. Cos'è quello? Razzo. Ah no, una nave non identificata. Porca troia, è immensa. Ah no, sta vicino, non è che è immensa, ok. Bellissima, però posso andare a vedere. Contattiamo? Traffa una nave, sale a che figata. Pure queste cose random così. Vediamo, vediamo. Scusate, ma che fa? Vedi una navicella così? Sembrava, in realtà pensavo fosse un mega razzo. Oltre al fatto che è discretamente immensa, quindi. Parla con il capitano della nave.
Weapons at the ready. Remain calm. You're human.
Sì.
It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
La Terra.
You thought you were the only ones? I am afraid you have been unaware of a great many things.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
Ma che è sta nave? Bella, bella.
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship Constant.
Ah, ecco perché è grande.
Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago.
Cioè, sono 1000 anni che state su sta nave senza colonizzare un cazzo. Ma scusa.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind.
Ma vi siete accorti che nel mentre l'universo è colonizzato già?
Year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others.
Scusa,
We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first.
Comunque siete sopravvissuti per 200 anni?
Well, the short answer is we didn't. It's a generation ship,
ok,
which is
sì,
to
vabbè,
say
quello
that
l'avevo
most of
capito.
us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous.
No, più che altro voi siete stati un po' lenti, cioè nel senso. Scusa.
Your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work. And so they made the decision to leave when they did.
Che figata però pure questi incroci. Ma sapete della gente che vive sulla superficie, per dire?
Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans.
Beh, sai, quegli altri su esseri umani magari sono arrivati prima, per dire.
Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you,
Che figata però.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist. Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time.
Infatti è grandicella, sì, devo dire la verità.
Entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Just stay out of trouble. Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
I am both shocked and impressed that all of this is still functional.
Parla con la capitana, guarda che è una figata pure. Cioè, missione del genere inteso come l'incontro con... Dovete stare calmi, voi ne avete visto un sacco di cose. La capitana.
I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
E da quanto tempo sei capitano, per
coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
Così in fretta non lo so,
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Scusa,
we
ma
suspect that
non
our
avete provato
equipment is
a
woefully
aggiustarlo?
obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them.
Ah, pensate? Vabbè, dai, vi do una mano.
On the planet below, meaning people were here before us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
E come a vostro favore, scusa,
Based on the data our
scusa,
ancestors
cercatevene un
had when they
altro.
launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet.
Effettivamente ci potrebbe stare. Infatti, la diplomazia è l'arte del compromesso. Insomma, stateci tutte e due e non rompete i coglioni.
But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such. But initially, I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
Esatto, così. Poi rima a due è enorme. Mettetevi dall'altro lato e non rompete i coglioni.
But it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe.
Vabbè, piano piano vi ingroppate pure con quelli che già ci stanno, no?
While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
Il dominio totale, ah bella, ma non accetteranno mai.
We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it. But as you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here.
Ma ci mancherebbe altro, però non è che posso dire a quelli, mo levatevi dai coglioni che questi sono arrivati. Sì, stanno con 200 anni di ritardo, ci hanno messo per arrivare qua, però mo dovete sloggiare. Ma non ci penso proprio. Cioè, per carità, li aiuto e li avrei aiutati molto volentieri a, insomma, organizzarsi e tutto. Però pure la pretesa della capitana, no, questo è nostro, voi ve ne dovete andare a fanculo, non esiste minimamente. Quindi di certo non spingerò quelli ad andarsene. E anzi, ti dirò, come cazzo si chiude la porta qua? Mi volevo fregare il sigillante. Il sigillante ci serve. Fatevi fare un giro, va. Sono un po' troppo presuntuosi. Cioè, il capitano è un po' troppo presuntuoso. Questi saranno i vari capitani. Personaggi scomparsi. Dopo tutti sti anni ci credo.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down.
Quite a heritage to have brought this ship so far over such a long time. Worthy of the pride these portraits show.
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Sì, sì, ma fa... Però non so se... Ma io posso visitare un po' meglio. Certo, senza una... Questa fa molto... Allora, posso dire, secondo me, questa qua è anche un po' una citazione a Fallout. Perché comunque in Fallout chiusi in un... Pure, guarda, l'aula. Chiusi in un bunker. Qua sostanzialmente è una colonia. È lo stesso concetto, se vogliamo.
Hello there. Given that I don't know you, you must be this visitor I've been hearing so much about. I'm Julia, the Constance chief historian. It's nice to meet you on this momentous occasion. As chief historian, I can tell you a lot, probably. What do you want to know?
Prima di tutto partiamo dal nome.
Colony ship. We wanted a fairly inclusive name to represent the planet, and not a particular nation of origin. There was an old colony ship that sailed across the oceans of Earth from a country called England to settle on a new continent. It was called either the Susan or Sarah Constant. No one seems to know for sure, so ours was shortened to just Constant. Ironically enough, that ship also reached what they thought was new land and found it populated when they arrived.
È come è andata a finire male.
I can tell
Diciamo,
you a lot,
cioè, insomma.
probably. What do you want to know?
Diciamo che non hanno trattato bene quelli che c'erano e voi volete fare la stessa cosa. Da quanto tempo siete qua?
We launched Tuesday, September 27th, 2140. So, about 190 years now. Would have been longer, but it turns out we have an ace navigator who saved us some time with some tricky maneuvers.
Ah, ace, 10 anni avete guadagnato. Questa manovra ci è costata, va bene.
We're the descendants of wealthy elites, intellectuals, artists, scientists, and others who left Earth in 2040 to spread humanity to the stars. The thinking was that Earth's days were numbered for a variety of reasons. Our finder, Rupert Brackenridge, had the foresight to plan for the worst. Thus, he constructed this colony ship to settle what seemed like the most habitable planet we could find, knowing full well it would take generations to reach. We suspected that we may have been the only ones to leave Earth, given that no one else seemed to have the same idea.
Eh sì, ma praticamente tutti, perché insomma. Va bene.
You know where to find me if you ever want to know more.
Goodbye.
Arrivederci. Ciao cari, studiate, studiate.
I bet there's a million.
Mi ricordo ancora la prova nel Vault, il compito in classe. Che figata, che figata. Fallout 3, dico naturalmente. Prima o poi un Fallout 3 lo dobbiamo fare, Io aspetto che lo facciano una bella rimasterizzazione. Sarebbe il top. Questa è la mensa, Come va? Che?
I still can't get over how we're not the only ones out here.
Really? I always knew.
Non preoccupare che non mordo,
I'm fine. It's just that we've never really had visitors, right? Up until recently, we didn't even believe it was possible.
E invece, visto? Beh, cioè, non ci abituate, dai.
It's funny though. All our lives, nothing could prepare us for this. We were born into a universe where we legitimately thought we were the only people in existence. Anyway, sorry for freezing up before. I just didn't expect our visitor from the outside to stop by and chat with me. I figured, if anything,
ci ho parlato, ma è un po' antipatica, un po' presuntuosa.
The ship's provisions manager. I'm not sure what I can offer you, but if I can help, I will. And if not, I'm happy just to talk.
Mi sa che l'hanno immagazzinata, poi sarà scaduta un pochino, però.
I know back on Earth, there used to be stores all over the place. Some that even specialize in specific types of goods, if you can imagine. But here, this is it. We have very limited supplies. Most of our stuff is recycled. Even the food. In a roundabout way. If you know what I mean. It works out for the most part. Because it has to. You'll sense a running theme with that around here.
Vabbè,
not really. Things don't work that way here. It's not a shop like you hear about in the books and movies. Or, where you're probably from. Almost everything is communal or shared in some way, but sometimes people want a little something extra or special for themselves. So when that happens, they come to me. Mostly, I just keep track of the ship's inventory and help ration the supplies so we don't run out.
Ok.
Seeing you.
Arrivederci. Allora, lì c'è una serra.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of
Posso... Beh, noi diamo un'occhiata finché possiamo. Deve essere anche abbastanza grandicella. Però è figata pure. Computer, giustamente. Computer antico. Beh, 200 anni. Ma scusa, nel 2140, quando sono partiti questi, ci stavano dei computer. Mi sembra eccessivo. Potevano metterci computer non di ATE neanche, perché 2140, signori, fra 120 anni chissà come saranno i computer. Quali hanno fatti però ci sta, per renderti il retro ci sta, come cosa mettere un po' dei vecchi Macintosh. Questo è vero, però un po'... No, più che altro l'uniforme. Per collezionismo, avere le uniformi di tutte le forze incontrate, però.
Wow. Hi.
Ciao.
Sure is nice to know there are other people out there.
Sì, ma pure fuori da sta porta ci sta, non è che devi stare qua chiuso tutta la giornata. Insomma, via una boccata di chiuso. Salve.
Hello.
Va bene, va bene. Certo ci perdiamo come se non ci fosse un domani, però. Ai cesti. Scusate, sto controllando un po' in giro. Ah no, pensavo fosse la palestra, invece appartamento di... Beh, ci vivono in tanti, però almeno 3 persone. Ci sono 3 letti. Questa è una singola. Allora, queste docce dovrebbero essere... Ah, vabbè, bagni, docce, insomma. Qualora io volessi... Ma si scende qua? Sì. Serra, ci sta, ci sta. E beh, ci vuole un po'. Guarda anche i suoni degli uccellini, certo, riprodotti in modo... Iridio, argo. Salve, salve. Ok.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Ma non sono una minaccia, non vi preoccupate. Vabbè, oh ragazzi, io direi che possiamo provare a vedere se riusciamo a dargli una mano a questi. Cioè, in realtà questi, a far sì che vadano. Cioè, si devono organizzare, non è che questi vanno, colonizzano e sti cazzi in ciumetti. No, no. Sganciamoci.
Operation complete. Thrust is free.
È bella però come... Allora, allontaniamoci un pochino e vediamo un po'. Ma dai che è grosso il pianeta. Ma quanti volete essere qua dentro? Ah, dai, su, via. Allora, qua dobbiamo fare... Allora, aspetta un attimo però, perché scusa. Cosa? Capitano... Capitano della sicurezza, ok. Quindi quello già me l'aveva messo direttamente. Integrale, va bene. Vabbè signori, atterriamo. Vediamo un pochino questi che idea c'hanno, che vogliono fare, come se vogliono organizzare.
Touchdown imminent. Oh, never. No choice of words. Being nice to the crew too.
Of course.
So this collection fund I heard about.
Don't you always say don't listen to rumors?
No, era molto motel barra hotel anni 60, figata. Scusate, intanto una panoramica ci sta. Vediamo di andare a parlare con chi di dovere nella security. Ma là ci possiamo andare poi, sì.
Paradiso Security is only here for your safety. Pretend we're not even here.
Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep the peace.
Ok. artistiche. Medikit però muoverei, Op. Mi serviva, che là ho fatto la sfida recentemente, che mi ha portato a un po' di badilate. Prima di andare a parlare con quello, come detto, vediamo di... Videocassetta antica, che tra l'altro vale pure abbastanza, se dobbiamo dirlo. Questo è un lettore CD, sì. È antiquariato per loro. Onesto. Stopiamo. Questa... Beh, rientra sempre nei 100. 3100 e pesa poco, quindi abbiamo 5 ma sì, che rientriamo comunque nei... 1 chilo ogni 1000 di vendita, ci sta. Ciao biondo. Un attimo, arrivo. Allora, salve.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sugiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern or is there something else I can help you with?
No, c'è un problema con dei coloni, diciamo così.
Honestly,
però che problemi
as
avete
you
voi?
might think most of the time. More often than not, we're just handling drunk and disorderly conduct. Heck, even pirates leave us alone for the most part. I think it's because some of them actually vacation here. As long as they're not bothering anyone, we've been told not to worry about them.
Ok.
Something I can help you with?
Sì, allora.
Oh, yes. Let's get right to it then. As you can imagine, we've got a predicament on our hands.
Sì, immagino.
Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so?
Sì, vabbè.
I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet.
Sì.
So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions.
Allora, ti spiego. La nave è piena di buffoni che pensano di essere proprietari di questo posto. Vabbè, anche meno. Sono coloni che voglio aiutare a stabilirsi qui. È solo una vecchia nave di coloni, nulla di cui avere paura. Allora, è una nave di coloni della Terra. Ho già parlato con loro. Vogliono che sia io a parlare con voi. Vabbè, questa ci sta, dai, onestamente.
Well, if you're speaking on their behalf, I'll refer you right along to the chairman of the Paradiso Group's board, Oliver Campbell. All formal decisions will go through him, not me. I'll let him know you're on your way.
Ah, ok, ok. Sì, ci sta, signori. Buffoni, no, dai, a parte il capitano che è stato un po' eccessivo, diciamo, con i modi. Però, cioè, comunque quelli sono pure 200 anni che stanno a girare, magari dove cazzo se passa qua? Una casa gli farà comodo pure a loro. Scusate, ma ce l'avete in corridoio per arrivare là sotto? Da qua? Ah, scusate. Che cazzo. Ah, però è bel posticino, questi fanno i resort. Quelli pensavano, chissà se qualche terrestre ha lasciato la terra. Ah, voglia, qua la gente si è già attrezzata. Ma la grande si è attrezzata. Questo cos'è? Una tavola calda? Sembra, Signora Violet Ibarra.
Why, hello,
in che senso?
Welcome to Enhanced Paradiso. You too can use our services to help you feel as good about your appearance as I do mine. We can make you thinner, larger, change your hair, your face,
ok. Questo praticamente è un modo per cambiare il personaggio.
This is a one-time offer for new Paradiso customers. Once you decline, it's gone.
E che tipo di
simply book 2
cos'è?
sessions for you for a greatly reduced price. Why, you might ask? Many Paradiso guests come to get away from their normal lives, and often they like to believe what happens here stays here. So, they will change their appearance not only when they get here to engage in some fun, but also when they leave to go back to their normal lives.
Ah, ok. No, guarda, ne faccio a meno. Noi siamo perfetti così, il nostro Callisto. No, grazie cara, arrivederci.
Ho sbagliato. Don't look so surprised, darling. Have you ever seen someone come back from a break looking
Comunque
more
sì, è
refreshed and vibrant than ever?
un
It's not uncommon for people to get
modo per
little touch-ups
l'appunto per
while
andare a modificare il
Better that than risk the
personaggio più avanti
embarrassment
nella
of bumping
storia,
into
insomma,
friends at
quando
their local enhance.
se volete cambiare qualcosa. Va bene.
Thank you for stopping by.
Aspetta,
Can I tell you
no.
something? I wasn't always this perfect. Enhance can help you
Aspetta,
too.
la battuta? Vediamo.
That's very kind of you to say.
Vabbè.
I have put many credits into my appearance.
Ah.
And I'm proud of how I look.
Ok.
There is no shame in paying to look good. I regularly use enhanced services. A little tweak here or there every so often keeps things interesting.
Sì,
And the fact that it is hard to notice proves the quality of our work.
Sì, è veramente difficile notarlo. Comunque, Andrei.
Goodbye, darling.
Arrivederci. Ciao, cari. Voi pure state qua perché tu palesemente sei un tipo losco che deve cambiare aspetto per sfuggire alla legge, senza ombra di dubbio.
Why did I think 3 days was going to be enough?
E vabbè, io andrei, va. Andrei, già, devi cambiare qualcosa tu? No, che stai bene, ma che sta a fare? Sei impallata. Andrei, già, basta? Dobbiamo andare. Attenzione!
Everything here is a little more expensive than I expected. Guess that's how they get you.
Please, let the concierge know if you need anything.
Ce l'hai con me o con lui? Che si sta a lamentare. Vabbè, pazienti a destra e a sinistra. Qua non ce ne sono. Ok, vabbè, io vado, dai. Tanto noi ritocchini al momento a Callisto non ne servono. Guardate che bell'uomo che è Callisto. Che ritocchini devi fare? Era questa la tavola calda, mi sa, o no? È un ristorante? Boh, non si capisce un cazzo. Quello sembra una tavola calda, invece no, è questo, ok.
I do not care what terminology they use. This
Va
still
bene.
smells like it chunks.
Che posticino però. Vedi, qua vengono a fare vacanze, giustamente al resort. Dica! Buon uomo!
Another lost belonging notification in the system.
Or a vacation
When am I going
someplace
to
like
find
this?
the time?
Non va a cavallate, per piacere.
Dreadfully sorry you had to hear my complaint. How unprofessional of me. Hello, welcome to Paradiso. Dirk Huddleston at your service. Do you need assistance checking in for your reservation?
No.
Oh, no, nonsense. Just a small scheduling issue. Some of our guests have misplaced their belongings, and I am responsible for finding and returning said belongings. Just one of the many services we are happy to provide here at Paradiso. Nothing to worry you about. May I continue to check you in?
Ma comunque non soggiorno qua e non ho un programma di soggiornare. Guarda, facciamo così, quello forse.
Yet you've decided to take a shuttle here or land your craft on a resort planet. Well, if you change your mind, you'll let me know, I suppose.
Ok. Chiediamo.
Parima 2 is owned independently by the Paradiso Group. We exist outside of the United Colonies and Freestar Collective, yet entertain visitors from both. The Paradiso Group is run by several board members, many of whom take residence within the resort itself. They established the resort as a getaway for all on the most beautiful planet in the universe, and I can tell you that there were substantial monetary investments to make sure of that.
Figurati se questi fanno atterrare i coloni.
For one, our hotel rooms are quite luxurious. The executive suite is especially posh, but perpetually booked. However, I must say, even the economy rooms are exceedingly pleasant. You'll find our beach relaxing, and we have several top-notch shops and dining experiences. I particularly enjoy a spot of afternoon tea from Tranquility. Of course, we also have the galaxy's only gourmet chunks. And if you're feeling adventurous, I believe the Enhance is still running a very popular Paradiso Getaway Special. Broad question,
in generale
but
poi...
I'll try my best. Paradiso is the premier resort destination in the known universe. This planet is as perfect as one could possibly imagine. That is, assuming pristine beaches, constant beautiful sunny weather, and fabulous resort accommodations are to your liking.
Ok, mi sa che non le... Vabbè, io intanto accetto la missione, poi...
I wouldn't dream of asking a guest to find other guests' lost belongings. But if you want to take a look at the list in the system and you happen to find anything while you're out and about, I suppose it would help me out. Please, don't feel obligated, however.
Ok, ok. Va
Thank
bene.
you again for staying with us.
Consulta il computer per gli oggetti smarriti. Va bene. Ma computer è il tuo, come funziona? Messaggi. Nello nunziale perduto. Faccio giusto così velocemente, che magari se mi dà qualcosa me le rileggo. Negozio di souvenir. Mi sa che un po' di reclami ci sono, Oggetti smarriti, scheda della stanza. Diciamo spazio. Vedi, ti dice pure dove. Trovata. No, vabbè, al momento no. Quindi
Every day's nice around here. But I think you call us at one of the
General Store. Vediamo che vende il General Store. Credo armi in realtà.
I guess.
Mazza e voglia di vivere.
Paradiso gift shop and convenience. Feel free to look around, but don't break anything or you've got to buy it. And before you ask, there aren't any discounts, so don't even try to haggle with me.
Perché ho come la sensazione che il tuo lavoro non ti piaccia?
I have to sell overpriced crap to rude, obnoxious tourists all day. My uncle works for the Paradiso board. When he said he could get me a job here, I expected an executive level job, not this. But it's not all bad. I don't have to worry about getting fired, and I live in Paradiso for free. Now, can I get you something, or are you going to keep asking questions about my life?
Sicuro non c'è modo di abbassare prezzi. Dai, su.
You people always think that just because we're some fringe planet and not part of the free stars or whatever, that we're happy to haggle for everything. I wouldn't even care, honestly. But they take it out of my pay if any money's missing, so no discount.
Vabbè, fammi vedere che vendi.
Or just forgot something at home.
Che antipatia. Effettivamente vendete robe de merda. A parte coltelli, armi, pistole, fucili, cazzi e mazzi. Però in vacanza, non lo so, magari. Comunque le munizioni a me servono le 11 mm. Sì, comunque erano quelle da 11 mm. Costano una madonna. Ho speso 8000 crediti per fare il pieno, però ci servono. Mentre gli ho venduto un po' di stronzatelle. Scusa.
Hello, welcome to Tranquility. If you fancy a cuppa, we have some new and classic blends that are sure to satisfy even the most discerning tea aficionado. Whether you want to relax at the end of the day or energize yourself while watching the latest Red Mile feed.
Miglio rosso, l'ho fatto io.
I thought you looked familiar.
Hai visto?
I think I've seen you in the feed before. I can't believe I'm talking to another runner. I'm a big fan of the Red Mile. You know Donovan Reese? He once came and ordered tea at our little shop. I think I died a little when he kissed my hand. If you ever run into him, tell him I still remember.
Vabbè.
Thanks for choosing us over Cafe Lux over there.
Non si fa così, ma diventeremo noi.
Figure out the secret to that new drink. I might need to enlist outside help. Sorry.
Ecco qua.
Didn't mean to be rude and ignore you when you came in. I'm just trying to figure out the solution to a problem I'm having. What can I do for you?
Vabbè, poi gli diamo magari una mano, dai.
Not bad. Well, it'd be a little better if that tranquility went within spitting distance. I'm not saying anyone should spit on tranquility, by the way. Just maybe don't buy their tea. Drink coffee instead. Yeah? Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if you know this, but most coffee is synthetically created. Ours is 100% organic, made from coffee beans rescued from Earth hundreds of years ago, and cultivated by Café Luxe authorized growers. Trust me, you can really taste the difference between our real coffee and the other, stuff.
Vediamo che c'è.
What can I get for you?
Allora, bocconcini di alghe, caffè proiettile, caffè con burro. Non saprei. Oh, bellissimo. Cioccolatino. Ok. Cappuccino. Latte macchiato, ok. Gli chiediamo che necessità, dai, già che ci siamo.
Keep losing business to tranquility. It seems like they're always trying new things, new recipes. And well, we just have the same old coffee here. I have an idea, but I don't know if I have the skills to pull it off.
Tipo che serve, per sapere.
Who's good at getting others to do what they want, or good at stealing. What I'm proposing may not be entirely legal, and even if I could succeed, I fear the risk is too great for me. A tea sommelier from Tranquility Corporate is on vacation here. I overheard them talking to Polly about some new tea product they're working on. If you could convince them, or otherwise get the recipe before it goes to market, I'm sure it will help me succeed. Maybe I can even move up the corporate ladder. All I know is that the sommelier has the recipe on a slate. Do whatever you want with that information. I just need that recipe. If they won't tell you the recipe, do whatever you can. Well, except for using violence. I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt.
Ok.
I hope so. This could be the big break I'm looking for.
Va bene, va bene. Ce l'ha messo tra le attività. Beh, signori, un po' di cosette in giro le fa ottenere la ricetta segreta da quelle. Tac. Ce l'abbiamo qua nei paraggi, quello? Sempre di là? Vediamo. Terrazza sul tetto, suite attico deluxe, sala d'attesa. Attenzione, che non vai a vedere l'attico deluxe, le suite prima di fare qualunque cosa. Fanculo. Dai, ma non si fa così, però, E se io volessi suite premium, piano dirigenziale, andiamo sulla terrazza a vedere questo del caffè, va.
Excellent sightlines. This would make a decently defensible position. And the view is nice too.
Questo pensa sempre. Guarda qua come stanno attrezzati, però. Guardali come ballano. Attenzione. Guarda che posticini.
Salut, bonsoir, good evening.
Welcome
to Chez Simon. I am Simon, and this is my rooftop bar and lounge. Might I interest you in some refreshing spirits? Perhaps something special to enhance your stay with us, huh? Yes and no. It's my name on the sign, and I generally get to run it the way I want and take in a significant chunk of the profits, but technically, the Paradiso Group does own it. I even had to sign over my name to get it up on the sign, part of my contract with them. But I tend to look at it as Job security. What, are they going to find another world-class bartender named Simon to replace me? I think not.
Vabbè, trovano un altro e dicono che... Dai, qualche pettegolezzo comunque? Mi faccio
consider
sap.
myself a professional. It wouldn't be kind to spread gossip about my co-workers at this resort. However, I don't consider the Paradiso Group board members co-workers, so they're fair game. I have heard from multiple celebrity visitors that our CEO, Oliver Campbell, isn't as domineering and virile as he lets on. At least
Ho capito.
If you
Lascia
catch my
fare.
drift. Word is, he likes to be told what to do, and his performance evaluations are often subpar. Normally, I wouldn't spread such rumors, but that guy is rotten and thinks way too highly of himself.
Ok.
They can sometimes get pretty out of control, but security does a good job making sure they don't get to the point where someone gets hurt. We've had to do away with the phone parties, for instance. Soapy surfaces.
Lo so, immagino. No, direi di no. Qualcuno è volato,
Before you worry, we never had a fatality.
Sì, come no.
Just a few close calls.
Vabbè, che c'avete da bere comunque?
Please, take a look at what's available.
Acqua frizzante, birra. Allora, qualcosa... Il merlot, vedi? Mettiamo in ordine di... Vabbè. Le solite cose, dai. Diciamoci la
I'm
verità.
on vacation because I don't want to be bothered by anyone. Get it?
Oh, è bello. Devi stare molto calmo, io ti sparo in testa.
I guess I
Guarda
have to
questo.
admit this resort isn't as bad as I thought.
Allora.
Can't wait for my
Le-
shift to be over, so I can get
Salve.
another nice day in Paradiso. They're all
Ma lei-
nice days, I guess.
I guess I have to admit, this resort isn't as bad as I thought it'd be.
But sand in
Vi ho
my
beccato.
shoes again. Oh, I mean, hi.
Vi ho beccato, siete gemelli. Vi ho beccato tantissimo. Va bene. Questo è Air Sommelier, attenzione, vediamo cos'altro c'è. Aspetta che c'è la vista di qua. Oddio, vabbè, in realtà bello perché è in alto così, però il pianeta poi non è che sia poi tanto... Non lo so, non saprei. C'è da dire che magari, potrebbe essere pericoloso, dite? Potrebbe. Ma Callisto, aspetta, mo ci ritroviamo fuori dal... Guardalo Callisto. Oppela e niente. Beh, una bella vista però c'è sta. Guarda là il pianetone, che penso sarà una delle lune. Non so quante ce n'aveva, non mi ricordo. Però ci sta, fa la sua figura. Ok. Allora dai, vediamo cosa ci dice la sommelier. Salve.
I'm trying to enjoy my vacation.
Chiacchieriamo un pochino così capiamo com'è la persona.
I'm a tea sommelier for tranquility. I ensure all our brews match our high standards for consistency and quality, and I also travel systems wide to seek out new and interesting brews. After all, I fancy myself quite the tea enthusiast, so I'm quite good at discovering delicious new tastes.
Ok.
Yes.
La ricetta segreta, la verità.
My job requires me to always be looking for new flavor profiles, in teas especially. I've been working on a new tea drink that I think will make a big splash with tea connoisseurs everywhere, but I'm not quite ready to present it just yet. I'm afraid you'll need to wait like everyone else.
Proviamo a persuadere, dai. Dai, dimmi la ricetta.
Interesting.
Certo, un problema. No, questo, dai.
Well,
amiamo il tè,
I
dai.
appreciate that. I'm glad to hear you like my other creations.
Buonissime.
Well, except for Frazzleberry Crush. No one liked that one.
Dai. Di la
It's probably
Aia.
not that big of a deal.
No, è andata bene, è
To be
andata bene.
honest. I mean, what are you going to do? Open up a shop and compete with just one lousy recipe?
No, è impossibile. Dai, non c'è niente di male a condividere. Guarda, la mia passione per il tè è insuperabile. Quella ricetta mi rallegrerebbe la giornata. Lei è...
Maybe it wouldn't
vedi,
hurt
in
to
base
share
alla
it with
personalità
him.
anche.
Very well.
Ti è.
I can tell another tea enthusiast like myself when I meet one. What's the harm in sharing what I found to be a particularly delicious brew?
Ma
Besides,
niente.
it's not even guaranteed to go to market anytime soon. And even when it does, there are bound to be changes. So here, enjoy.
I
Ah,
do not
modifica
fully
porzione.
understand why you are bothering with this, but I suppose it is the lesser of several evils.
Sì, effettivamente, noi nel mentre stiamo a piare ricette del tè pure. Vabbè, scusa, però Andrea, devi capire che il tè, insomma, è una cosa non gli interessa. Vabbè. Comunque, indipendentemente, ecco, magari non faremo quella del tipo che ci aveva detto di raccattare tutti i cosi, no? Quello magari lo evitiamo, però. Allora, andiamo a dare la ricetta al tipo, va. Salve, Giovanni. Tiè.
Amazing! I can't believe you did it. I hope it wasn't too
No.
difficult.
Questo Callisto è stata dura. Non è ricompensa. Beh, ora voglio di più, eh.
Oh, you want more?
Dai, che ci possiamo mettere d'accordo.
Sorry, but I can't.
Dai, che vale
You
molto di
may
più, lo
need to get a
sai.
second opinion on that.
Aia. Vediamo.
Yeah, I hope so.
Proviamo. No,
Okay,
vabbè,
that's pretty
lascia
good.
fare. Di la verità. Dai, che mi
Do I
capisci,
look
ma
like a
no.
sucker to you? No. I promised myself that if I want to make it in this universe, I need to be more firm. And that goes for right now, too. So, if you want any credits at all, you'll take what I give you.
Ah, maledetto.
Have a good one.
Divertiti pure tu. Posso darla a quell'altra? Dove sta? Eccola qua. Signor, ci sta quello di fronte che te sta fa concorrenza sleale.
Tranquility. If you fancy a cuppa, we have some new and classic.
No, non mi interessa, scusa, eh. No.
Thanks for choosing
Maledizione. Dobbiamo darla per forza a sto bastardo.
You're back.
Maledetto.
Ooh,
Dai, va.
Well, that's good. I really appreciate what you've done for me. Now,
Non sono soddisfattissimo, però evidentemente con lui non abbiamo interpretato
the
bene.
secret ingredient is coffee? Really? Well, I guess I'm in luck. Once I brew this tea, it'll be a snap. And
Un po' arrogante, però è
I
l'unico
have
modo di
higher
finire
quality
la
coffee
cosa.
ingredients to boot. So it'll be even better than what they have here. Stop by if you ever want to try some.
Ok, ok, vabbè, dai. Ci può stare, signori, ci può stare. Allora, primo contatto ci ha riattivato la missione, quella del coso, giusto, eh? Sì. Va bene, andiamo a vedere. Allora, quanti punti abilità c'ho da parte? Che vorrei un attimo capire. 2, ok. Devo valutare un pochino per quanto riguarda i punti. Mi devo rivedere un po' l'albero delle abilità e poi ci diamo un'occhiata. Allora, salve, posso controllare qui? Si tratta di sgraffignare. Tanto manco niente di valore ci avete, però dai, su via, siete un po' babboni. Vabbè, io vado, eh.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
Allora, dimmi qualcosa sui membri del consiglio, me lo devo avere info a disposizione.
Most of them are typical C-level execs, I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private, secluded beach homes all the time.
Bravi, bravi.
Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say.
Attenzione a Oliver, ok.
People were a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity. But then, nothing happened. It just stayed there. No one could communicate with it. And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be bad for business.
Figurati se quelli fanno atterrare un po',
I can't speak
pure
for
dall'altra
anyone else,
parte del
but I've got a pretty
pianeta.
high-pressure job working as the executive assistant to the Paradiso board. You can imagine, dealing with a team of execs, trying to manage all of their schedules and their other whims. But it pays well, and they give me a nice executive suite at the hotel to live in. So, it's not all bad. Free access to all the resort's amenities after work helps too.
Ok, vabbè, io vado.
Sure. Have fun in the Shark Tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
Ok. Noi dobbiamo trattare proprio con Oliver, quindi. Salve cari, mi dispiace se do un'occhiata, se sa mai c'è qualcosa di interessante da accaparrarsi, no? Sti vivono nel lusso qua. Salve Oliver. Per sapere.
We just don't answer to the Freestar Collective or the United Colonies. Makes things easier. We don't pay any taxes. We don't need to follow their laws. All the benefits, none of the drawbacks. And no one minds because half the politicians and other big shots love vacationing here.
Ah, quindi ok, è un dare e avere.
We, the Paradiso Group, bought the rights to this planet years ago with the intent of turning it into the biggest and best resort in the universe.
Sta rimarcato il fatto che loro,
As such, no other leisure enterprises may operate on the planet without renting land from us. But as you can see, none can afford such a deal.
Qua la vedo difficile la convivenza, eh?
No, of course not. There's several
Non siete tre solo quelli che lavorano.
show up day to day.
Ecco.
The others spend their time lazing on the beach or gallivanting off-world. Doesn't bother me
Mica
though.
scemi.
Less cooks in the kitchen means I get to make all the big decisions around here. Seems to be working out for us just fine.
Ok, parliamo della nave, va.
You must be the diplomat Giro told me about.
Esatto.
Welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Il problema è che non so alieni, diciamo. Comunque perché è così urgente per voi il problema, eh?
Resort getaway here. We can't have our guests concocting stories about some budgy old ship hanging around up there. As it is, we've had to reroute our luxury liners around the other side of the planet on entry so no one sees it. It's bad for business. We need to nip this in the bud and take care of it before the tourists catch on and cause a scene.
Comunque è brillante l'idea degli alieni, devo dire la verità.
Sarcasm isn't nearly as powerful a tool as some think it is. But you're right, no one's going to buy aliens. Remind me to fire the marketing team. So, tell me, what's the actual deal with this massive eyesore of a ship, besides scaring people away?
Allora, qui devo una vecchia nave. Oddio, vabbè, quello neanche. Sperate di un approdo 200, certamente saprai cosa farne. No, vabbè, questo no. Allora, è una nave che ha ospitato generazioni di coloni della Terra, arrivata qui dopo 200 anni di viaggio, attenzione. No, è importante. Ah, ok. Esatto.
Tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here.
Bravo.
There's more than enough space.
Bravo, ma sarà
They
licenziato.
could stay here, temporarily.
But it'll cost them.
Un po' più cinica.
They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home.
Balam mi piace,
Demand our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly.
Bravo.
We can't absorb that
Vabbè,
cost,
però,
and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Ah, bella, non guarda a me.
Easier if they cease to exist entirely.
Vabbè, questo è
Anyway,
proprio
Steve's
cattivo.
got the
no?
right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
Questo qua
We
tipo.
own this planet. They
Vediamo.
don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they may come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
Vabbè, so comunque esseri umani,
That's our official stance.
Che
I
cos'è?
make decisions that are best for our entire group. You don't.
Ma perché li dovrei comprare io i gravi
Responsibility
motori?
to bear the brunt of that cost. We're
Che
being
è
more than
responsabilità
generous
mia.
by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You. And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain?
Vediamo.
I assume there's a captain?
Se dopo tutto questo continuassero a sostenere che i loro diritti su questo pianeta sono precedenti ai vostri, vediamo come la mettete.
Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Free Star Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave.
Insediamento e diventano schiavi o quella, non lo so. Ma non possiamo... Ma perché devo comprare io il gravimotore? Ma poi quanto costa sto gravimotore? Scusa, per sapere. Vogliamo fare un'opera buona o... Vabbè, però non me li voglio... Allora, questi mi stanno sul cazzo, ma pure quelli sulla nave non sono simpaticissimi. Quindi... Forse effettivamente il gravimotore per tagliare corto. Nel senso che così con questi non ci abbiamo a che fare. Quelli non diventano schiavi, che comunque questi sono stronzi. No? Vediamo.
You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
They deserve a
In teoria non
renewed
dovrebbe...
chance to decide their own fates. That is the right thing to do.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
If you are free
I don't want to risk us coming off as just
aspetta, parliamo con Andreja. Vediamo se riusciamo a parlare qua.
For giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under unusual circumstances. You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them?
That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront at a boardwalk amusement park.
Dai, ma gli altri sono tutte persone a posto.
None of us are in this for the credits. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation?
Allora, se me lo chiedi, penso che... Cioè, tu pensi che non ti sta integrando?
But I find it hard to quantify. Many of the other members are polite, but distant. I worry that my background and my actions, concern them. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death.
Beh, dai, scusa, ci sta.
For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen
Quella ci sta a spiare
conflict,
comunque.
but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite.
Flirt anche con lei? Fide ha un sacco di frecce a tuo arco. Lascia fare.
You also have a lot going.
Non sembra convintissima, però.
I find expressing affection difficult, but truly. Thank you. I know this seems trivial, perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this, by a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense?
Eh sì, alla fine è una famiglia. Allora, credo non ci sia nulla di infantile in ciò che dici, in realtà, dai.
That is reassuring.
Lascia
Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet.
Don't worry, don't
I wanted
worry.
to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. I know that you said you wouldn't, but it is still a relief. I would like my contributions to Constellation to amount to more than violence.
Ok. Dai, non
It
era
would have
molto
been,
importante.
to some. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me.
Ma questo Callisto capisce, lascia fare. Comunque, signori, andiamo a parlare con i tipi. Allora, noi avevamo visto le suite, le cose qua, o avevamo detto che ci andavamo più tardi? Non mi ricordo. Voi che, onestamente, che avreste... Ah no, ci servivano le chiavi, è vero. Che avreste fatto con quelli? Cioè, che avreste scelto? Cioè, onestamente le opzioni erano quelle di farli diventare schiavi di questi qua. Quella di comprargli il motore e farli andare da un'altra parte, che è un po' un compromesso, che è quello che ho scelto. E quella di farli sparire, barra esplodere, eccetera. Cioè, insomma, per carità, magari non saranno simpaticissimi e tutto, però secondo me mi sembrava questo qua il compromesso giusto, Che dite? Beh, insomma, una buona via di mezzo, dai, tra l'uno e l'altra. Vabbè, intanto andiamo a... Ma la vediamo da qua? No, Ok.